Bad job. I fired him. They never fired one person.
You're
They didn't
fired.
put anybody having to do with Afghanistan and the Taliban and the 13 people who's were just killed, viciously and violently killed. And I got to know the parents and the family. They didn't fire. They should have fired all those generals, all those top people, because that was one of the most incompetently handled situations anybody has ever seen. So when somebody does a bad job, I fire him. And you take a guy like Esper. He was
You're
no
fired.
good. I fired him, so he writes a book. In other words,
Fired.
because with me they can write
Get
books.
rid of them hoes, huh?
But they have done such a poor job, and they never fire anybody. Look at the economy. Look at the inflation. They didn't fire any of their economists. They have the same people. That's a good way not to have books written about you. But just to finish, I got more votes than any Republican in history by far.
Absolutely.
In fact, I got more votes than any sitting president in history by far.
Including Joe Biden in 2020. Bitch.
So let's get back to your deportation proposal that the vice president has reacted to as well. President Trump,
Vice President, my ass.
Hey, Tommy, do you know where your gain is?
No.
All right, I'll be down there in a second.
Yeah, I do now. Turn it up or down? Up or
Wait.
down?
Down.
It's all the way down. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. How about now?
Yeah. Say something? No, turn it up.
Up,
Up.
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 Good.
That's
Up.
good. Yeah, that's good. I'm
Trump
like,
got a haircut, dude.
yeah, it doesn't look ridiculous anymore. But I'm like 30 seconds ahead of you guys.
I got like 201.
What?
This is crazy because I'm hearing it. He just said,
Welcome to Colorado is what he said.
There's a little bit of a delay, but it's not that much.
Yeah.
There's never been anything done like this at all. They've destroyed the fabric of our country. Millions of people let in.
we have a new form of crime. It's called migrant crime, is what he just
Absolutely.
Crime here is up and through the roof, despite their fraudulent statements that they made. Crime
Obvious
in this
reasons.
country is through the roof, and we have a new form of crime. It's called migrant crime, and it's happening.
There it is.
That nobody thought.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm a good 30 seconds ahead of you guys.
What the fuck did they expect?
Excuse me, the FBI they were defrauding statements. They didn't include the worst cities. They didn't include the cities with.
Nobody wants to listen to her talk anyway, you guys.
I don't know. Andrew, do you think she's drunk? Did you hear her at all before you jumped on here?
A little bit.
I'm pretty
Um,
sure she's hammered.
Well, I think this is so rich. Coming from someone who has been.
She looks drunk.
Oh my God, he's been prosecuted. Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Election interference has been found liable for sexual
This-
assault. And his
This bitch hid evidence to release a free man from death row, knowing that he was innocent.
Exculpatory evidence during his trial when she was the DA. Fuck
Yeah.
what she has to say.
Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit, bitch.
for defunding federal law enforcement.
She's in the my buddy Sam calls it the Duchy of California, though. Like there's like 3 families that just run that shit, dude.
Let's talk about what is important in this
Pelosi,
Not you, bitch.
Newsom's.
Oh, yeah.
Turn the page on this same old tired rhetoric and address the needs of the American people. Address what we need to do about the health.
This is just a big play.
planet.
This is,
Yeah, it's theater. For
it's
sure.
so theater to me.
Address
I can't take it
breaking
seriously at all.
Nothing.
Frankly, the American people are exhausted. with
Listen to you, bitch.
That's why a debate has to be moderated, because
Those cases.
Yeah.
the people that get to moderate are controlled by people that
Winning most of
aren't
them.
going to let certain things be talked about. It's
Yeah.
not even a real debate.
Down just recently from the Supreme Court. I'm winning most of them, but those are cases. It's called weaponization.
Catalyst hit spacebar.
This country, they weaponize the Justice Department. Every one of those.
Oh, he
cases
went.
Was involved with the DOJ from Atlanta and Fani Willis to
Yeah.
uh,
The truth.
Earl of New York they say, oh, he's a criminal. They're the ones that made them go after me. By the way, Joe Biden was found essentially guilty on the documents case. Now, what happened in my documents case? They said, oh, that's the toughest of them all. A complete and total victory. 2 months ago, it was thrown out. It's weaponization.
Let's talk about extreme.
To try and win an election. They're fake.
Hit that space bar, Catalyst. Let's see if we can catch up.
Harris on this notion of weaponization of the Justice Department.
Well, let's talk about extreme and understand the context in which this election in 2024 is taking place. The United States Supreme Court recently ruled that the former president would essentially be immune from any misconduct.
Hit that space bar, bro.
Wait till she fucking says.
Was
All right.
openly said he would terminate, I'm quoting, terminate the Constitution of the United States.
Bullshit. When did he?
Shut
ever say that?
up, fuck up, bitch. I'm gonna go kick my own ass right now.
Someone who has openly
I'm done with this podcast shit.
Are you?
No, no. They knew she was lying, so they showed a pretty face.
I wish we were seeing this at the same time.
This is the one that weaponized, not me. She weaponized. I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They talk about.
See, he gets to weave it in. Shit's crazy.
They're the threat to democracy. The Russia investigation that went nowhere.
She's cute.
Vice President Harris, in your last run for president, you said you need to ban fracking. Now you don't. You wanted mandatory.
You know that
Oh,
Asta voted for Gavin Newsom because she thought he was cute. Had no idea what his policies were on anything.
Oh, dude, that's common.
every single hot bitch that's ran through usually leaves in the morning. You never see him again. She don't have any policies. Yeah, bitch. Let's talk about
She does-
fracking.
I have not heard one policy from her yet. No.
Andrew, turn your volume up.
Okay.
It might be my end.
Fix that. He's way more witty than both of us. The shit he says is crazy.
Oh wow, she's about to talk about how she grew up being poor, and it's so not true.
Yeah. Lying bitch.
None of them were. Fuck.
No, they were all born privileged.
Who worked and saved and was able to buy our first home when I was a teenager.
You lying ass bitch.
Yeah, she's full of shit. Dude, it reminds me of God, who the hell? Fuck. Who said it? They're like, some of these people don't even know, like, they don't even drive their own car. They don't even shop for their own groceries. Like, they've never had
Yeah.
to do that ever.
Right. Yeah. She ain't black. She's never had Kool-Aid.
She was upper middle class her whole life.
I know
She was
this. She went
Indian.
to a private school in Canada, and then she moved to San Francisco. And when they were in San Francisco,
Yeah.
the Bay Area, she lived in a nice ass in neighborhood in the Bay Area too. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say.
Protecting women and children from violent crime is a lie. She's never done that. No, you haven't. Fucking lying bitch. How come nobody sees this, bro? Are we the only people on the planet that see she's a liar?
No. They're all liars.
Yeah, I wish more people would
As
see.
bad as her.
I wish that more people would see Trump as a liar as well.
He is well, they're all liars.
Well, I mean, you show me
He
one
shows
human.
fights for us is the best he can.
Oh, yeah, the difference between these two is that Trump has a track record that you can look at and policies that you can look at.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
the difference.
Catalyst, you got to turn him up, bro.
He's. If I turn him up, it's gonna turn you up too.
Well, shut up then.
I hear him.
He's got way wittier things to say than I do.
I
Yes, she
appreciate that,
has.
bro.
Defund the police. She's been against that forever. She gave all that stuff up very wrongly, very horribly, and everybody's laughing at it, okay? We're all laughing at it. She gave up at least 12 and probably 14 or 15
Holy
different
shit.
brothers.
Yeah, what did you just do, Tommy?
I figured-
Damn.
That was loud as fuck.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, with social media, Trump. He heard us. That was perfect timing.
This is a radical left liberal that would do this. She wants to confiscate your guns, and she will never allow
Yeah.
voting in Pennsylvania. If she won the election
Ooh.
in Pennsylvania, will end,
I'll fuck the shit out of her. Did I say that out loud?
in my opinion.
Just for shits and giggles.
Take one for the team.
Fucking
I'll take AOC. You can have Kamala.
oh, dude, AOC's super hot, bro.
Yeah, but you know Kamala has a track record with that mouth, though. So it's gotten her to vice president.
AOC's trainable.
Yeah, you see.
Don't like Catalyst. You rub one out to AOC once a week. It's all good, bro.
She got great tits, dude. Great tits.
Yeah, she does. This guy says once a week, once a day.
Shit.
You ever see a solar plant?
I wonder how many people think Camel Toe is winning this.
400.
Nobody.
Hey, did you guys hear someone say that Kamala's the name of some Hindu deity in the Book of Revelations?
Yes, yes. Who show did I hear that on? Cult of Conspiracies, I think.
Yeah, shit's crazy. I looked up a couple of those verses and they're like, interesting.
Are they credible?
Yeah, well, the ones that I was shown were the ones that were in the King James Bible that I looked at, but I also think that it's possible to read into it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think with a lot of those things too.
It's like it's like the argument people make about conspiracy theorists are just looking for things that happen in reality to justify one of their beliefs. It's like, well, we're not looking for it, but when it happens, we're gonna fucking point it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're not gonna put blinders on and just.
I'm not gonna. That's a win for us. I'm not gonna fucking not take credit for knowing that. Come on.
Not always a win though. A lot of times when I'm right, I wish I was wrong.
Yeah, me too, man. For sure.
Kamala Toe. Camel Toe.
Yeah. Camille Toe.
I always think about Kamala, the pro wrestler. Remember Kamala, the pro wrestler?
No.
It's like that
She
African
has
dude.
to have some sort of filter on her face because I would literally beat the brakes off of that. Thang, that chon.
Didn't she used to actually be a whore? I mean, I could be wrong, but
Well, yeah.
Hi. Yeah, like not like an escort, but basically she was eye candy for
Montel Williams.
yeah, there's like a whole bunch of that stories
Yeah.
about like everyone she used to date and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
or hang out with or whatever. I can barely hear this debate, by the way.
Really? Yeah,
I could barely hear you. We got to get Catalyst. Got to fix this.
he needs to turn up on his end. I can't do anything from this end.
I do hear it. I'll turn up all the fucking way. Here you go.
Let's see.
Can you fucking hear me now?
I mean, I heard you the whole time.
Yeah, I'm all the way up now. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Bro, I want to make a Viagra commercial with that song.
Fuck yeah.
That was so creative. Bro, I hate you. I hate you now.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Shit.
Have old guys with
You could get
walkers
the
walking
fucking-
around with big ass bulges.
What's
Get that
cooler than
Sheila
being
cheek,
cool?
bro.
Rock
I
hard.
wake up every morning humping the couch.
Hey, they say if you wake up with a boner, your testosterone levels are fantastic.
Awesome. So half the time I'm
Sheila
good.
Jeet. Nobody
Sheila
wants
Jeet,
to
dude.
listen
Fuck
to this
yeah.
bitch. I got to go rub one out. I'll be right back. I don't want to listen to this bitch talk anyway.
Oh man. This fucking guy, he really walked away. Oh,
I
man.
honestly can't hear what they're talking about, to be honest, though, dude.
Here, let me mute him.
It's not
And
an isolated situation.
Ooh, that's much better.
Let's remember Charlottesville.
all right, when he comes
where
back, I'm gonna
there
tell him he's
was
got to
a
plug the
mob of
headphones into
people
his
carrying
laptop.
tiki torches,
Yeah.
spewing anti-Semitic hate.
Oh,
And what
bullshit.
did the president then at the time say?
Look
There
at
were
the dumb
fine
faces
people on
she
each
makes.
side. Let's remember that when it came to the Proud Boys, a militia.
This is the most articulate I've ever heard her, though.
President
So
said,
she
the
was
former
prepped as
president
fuck
said,
for
stand
this.
back and stand by. So for everyone watching who remembers what January 6th was,
It was nothing, you
I
stupid
say
whore.
we don't have to go
It was
back.
all a show.
Let's not
was
go
all a
back. We're
show.
not going back. It's time to turn the page.
Oh, here comes
And
the
if that
fucking
was a
rhetoric.
bridge too far for you, well, there is a place in our campaign for you to stand for country, to stand
What
for our
country?
democracy, to stand for rule of law.
Don't we
Fuck
live in a
democracy.
and
yeah?
the
Don't we live in a
chaos,
republic? Last
and
I
to
Exactly.
end
checked.
the approach that is about attacking
she
the
ain't talking about
foundations of our
republics?
democracy because you don't like the outcome. And be clear,
When they say threat to
on
our
that
democracy,
point,
they mean
Donald
threat
Trump,
to
the
our fucking
candidate,
evil
has said in
establishment
this
that we've.
election there will be
Oh,
a
yeah.
created.
bloodbath. If this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking, let's turn the page on this. Let's not
Let's
go
turn
back.
the page.
Let's chart.
Wait,
a
what's he
course
gonna
for
what's
the
he gonna say in
future
rebuttal to
and
this?
not
Just
go
he
backwards
can
to the
skewer
past.
her on
Let me
this
just follow
point.
up
She's
here.
fucking up.
It was a different term, and it was a term. that
Oh, hey,
related to
Tommy, you're gonna
energy
have to
because they
plug your
destroyed our
headphones
energy
into the
business. That was
computer,
where
brother.
Bloodbath was. Also, on Charlottesville, that story has been, as you would say,
And once you do
debunked.
that, I will unmute
Laura
you.
Ingram, Sean
Yeah,
Hannity,
unscrew that.
Jesse, all of
Unscrew
these
that.
people, they covered it. If they go an extra sentence, they will see it was perfect. It was debunked in almost every newspaper, but they still bring it up, just like they bring 2025 up. They bring all of this stuff up. I ask you this. You talk about the Capitol. Why are we allowing these millions of people to come through on
All
the
right.
southern border? How come she's not doing it?
Good
And I'll
pivot.
tell you
Good
what I would
pivot,
do,
Trump.
And I would be very proud to do it. I would say we would both leave this debate right now. I'd like to see her go down to Washington, D.C. during this debate.
Andrew,
because
you're
we're
cracking me
wasting
up right
a lot of
now.
time. Go down to, because she's been so bad. It's so ridiculous. Go down to Washington, D.C. and let her sign a bill to close up the border because they have the right to do it. They don't.
Are
need
you
bills.
hearing
They
the
have
debate
right
in
to do it.
your?
The president
Yeah,
of the
see,
United
it's
States. You'll
because-
get him out of bed.
see.
You'll wake
Double
him up
speak.
at 4 o'clock in the
All right.
afternoon. You'll say, "Come on down to the office. Let's sign a bill." If he signs a bill,
Coming on
that
down
the
to
border
South
is
Park, gonna
closed, all he
have
has to do
ourselves
is say it to the
time.
Border Patrol, who are phenomenal. If they do that, the border is closed.
Mr.
Those
President,
people are killing many people,
I wanna-
unlike J6.
We talked immigration here tonight. I do want to focus
Good
on
point.
this next issue to both of you because it really brings us this into focus. Truth in these times that we're living in.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
President,
truth.
for 3.5 years
What's that?
after you lost the 2020 election, you repeatedly falsely claimed that you won, many times saying you won in a landslide.
Andrew, is it
Couple of
echoing
weeks
on your
leading
end?
Up to this debate,
No.
you have said, "quote You lost by a whisker." That you quote didn't quite
It's
make
okay,
it.
I'll
that you
just shut
came
up.
a little bit short.
Are you
Are you now
Nah, you're good, dude.
acknowledging that you?
What's the
lost?
point of having a
No,
microphone if you
I
can't
don't
use
say
it?
at all.
But
I
you
said
did
that
say that.
sarcastically.
But
You know
those-
that. It was said,
got a
"Oh, we
pretty-
lost by a whisker."
got
That
a
was
pretty
said
mouth.
sarcastically.
Kamala.
Look, there's so
Sure
much
do
proof.
got a
All you
pretty
have to do
mouth.
is look at it,
I'm
and
gonna
they should have
watch
sent it
Kamala
back to
porn
the
after this.
legislatures for approval.
That's the only
I got
thing
almost
she's good.
75 million.
Yeah, you
votes,
can
the
make it
most
with
votes
AI
any
now.
sitting president
Oh.
has ever gotten. I was told if I got 63, which was
Well,
what I got in
she's got those, like,
2016,
saggy parts
you
on her
can't be
throat.
beaten. The
Abuelita,
election, people
know
should
why you
never
got
be
those
thinking
saggy
about
things
an
on your
election
throat,
as for our
girl.
children. We need two things. We need walls. And we have to have it. We have to have borders, and we have to have good elections. Our elections are bad.
Look
And
at
a lot
this,
of these illegal immigrants.
So how
drag
are
in,
we gonna
they
beat
try
the
to get
elections
the vote.
if
They can't even speak
they're
English. They
still
don't even
bad?
know what
He just
country they're in
admitted
practically.
that the
And
elections
these
are still
people are
bad. So
trying
how
to
do we
get them
plan
to
on
vote.
winning? Because
And
people
that's
like
why
me are
they're
like, what the
allowing them
fuck is
to
the
come
point of
into our
voting?
You
country.
got a space bar on that
The,
question.
I didn't detect the sarcasm. Lost by a whisker. We didn't quite make it. And we should just point out here as clarification, and you know this, you and your allies, 60 cases. in
Who
front
is
of
this
many
weird
judges,
little
many
guy
No
judges
judge
trying to
looked at it.
interrupt him?
and said there
They
was
said
no
we didn't have
widespread fraud.
standing. That's
It's
the other thing.
ABC.
They said we didn't have standing, a technicality. Can you imagine a system where a person in an election doesn't have standing. The president of the United States doesn't have standing. That's how we lost. If you look at the facts, and I'd love to have you'll do a special on it. I'll show you Georgia, and I'll show you Wisconsin, and I'll show you Pennsylvania, and I'll show you. We have
I
so
might have
many
to come up
facts
there
and
with you,
statistics.
Catalyst, because
But you know
I'm
what?
just getting.
That doesn't matter.
I'm
because
way
we have to
late and
solve
getting
the problem
echo.
that we have right now. That's old news.
Here, let
And
me
the
go down there
problem
and
that
see
we
if I
have
can
right
fix it.
now is we have a nation in
Stay
decline,
tuned.
and they have
Catalyst
put it
Jones
into
gonna fix this
decline.
shit.
We have a nation that is dying, David.
Mr. President, thank you. Vice President
My
Harris,
show right
you
now.
heard the president there tonight. He said he didn't say that he lost by whiskers. So he still believes he did not lose the election. That was won.
You lost by a whisker, buddy.
But I do want to ask you about something that's come up in the last couple of days. This was a post from President Trump about this upcoming election, just weeks away. He
Your
said, when I
extra
win,
throat skin
those
gives
people
you
who
away,
cheated," and then
Kamala.
he lists donors, voters, election officials. He says will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
She does have
which
throat
will
skin,
include
doesn't she?
long-term prison
Yeah, because she be deep
One of
throating
your
them
campaign's top
motherfuckers, you
lawyers
know?
responded
She got an
saying,
Adam's
"We
apple.
won't
That might be a
intimidate us.
dude.
We won't let him suppress
Oh,
us."
hell no,
Is
bro.
that what you
I
believe
was
he's
just
trying to
talking
do?
about I'd give her a poke. Now
Donald
you're
Trump
saying
was
she's a dude.
fired by
You just
81
ruined
million.
my life.
So let's be clear about that. And
81 million dead people?
Difficult time
Are you
processing.
coming, Catalyst?
But we cannot afford to have a president of the United States
Ooh.
who attempts, as he did in the past, to upend the will of the voters in a free and fair election. And I'm going to tell you that I have traveled the world as vice president of the United States.
I'm gonna have to
And
shoot,
the
bro. It's
world
on you,
leaders are
Andrew.
laughing at Donald Trump.
I gotta fix this
I
shit.
have talked with military leaders,
Okay.
some of
I'm
whom
way
worked
behind
with
you guys, so
and they say you're
I'm
a
gonna-
disgrace. And when you then talk in this way in a presidential debate and deny what over and over again are court cases you have lost because you did in fact lose that election, it leads one to believe that perhaps we do not have in the candidate to my right the temperament or the ability to
Oh
not
my
be
God.
confused about fact. That's deeply troubling.
You're
and the American
confused
people
about
deserve
fact.
better.
You keep bringing up January
I'll give you 1 minute to
6th.
respond.
Let me
Stupid.
just say about world leaders.
Stupid.
Victor Orban, one of the most respected men. They call him a strong man. He's a tough person.
Stupid.
Smart. Prime Minister of Hungary. They said, why is
Yeah,
the whole
he's the
world
shit.
blowing up? 3 years ago, it wasn't. Why is it blowing up? He said, because you need Trump back as president. They were afraid of him. China was afraid, and I don't like to use the word afraid, but I'm just quoting him. China was afraid of him. North Korea was afraid of him. Look at what's going on with North Korea, by the way. He said Russia was afraid of him. I ended the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, and Biden put it back on day one, but he ended the XL pipeline. The
That's not
XL
true.
pipeline in our country.
Biden was
He
in
ended
office
that,
when they
but he let
destroyed
the
Nord
Russians
Stream,
build a
bro. That's a
pipeline
lie.
going all over Europe and heading into Germany, the biggest pipeline in the world. Look, Viktor Orban said it. He said the
Strategic.
most respected, most feared person is Donald Trump. We had no problems when Trump was president, but when this weak, pathetic man that you saw at a debate just a few months ago, that if he weren't in that debate, he'd be running instead of her. She got no votes. He got 14 million votes. What you did, you talk about a threat to democracy. He got 14 million votes and they threw him out of office. And you know what? I'll give you a little secret. He hates her. He can't stand her. But
Mr.
he
President.
got 14 million votes. They threw him out. She got 0 votes. And when she ran,
You're
she
low.
was the first one to leave because she failed.
Oh, no.
And now she's running. I don't understand it, but
Mr.
I'm okay
President,
with it because
Still low.
Your time
I
is up.
think we're
Thank
going to
you.
do very well.
We've got a
All
lot
right.
more to get.
Turning now to
Oh, there you
the
go.
Israel-Hamas
That's much
war
better.
and the
right.
hostages who
Now
are
you're
still
better.
being held, Americans among them. Vice President Harris, in December, you said, quote, Israel has a right to defend itself, but you added, quote, it matters how.
Ooh,
saying
let's talk about
international
Israel,
humanitarian
yeah.
law must be respected. Israel must do more to protect innocent civilians. You said that 9 months ago. Now an estimated 40,000 Palestinians are dead. Nearly 100
Yeah.
hostages remain. Just last week, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said there's not a deal in the making. President Biden has not been able to break through the stalemate.
Well,
How would we do
Netanyahu
it?
doesn't want a deal, so he can
Well,
shut the fuck up.
Let's understand how we got here. On October 7, Hamas, a terrorist organization, slaughtered 1,200 Israelis.
Man, at
Many
least
of
you
them young
acknowledged it.
people who were simply attending a concert. women were horribly raped. And so, absolutely, I said then, I say now, Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters. Because it is also true, far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed. Children, mothers. What we know is that this war must end. It must end immediately. And the way it will end is we need a ceasefire deal and we need the hostages out. And so we will continue to work around the clock on that.
So what you gonna do about
Work
it,
around
lady?
the clock, also understanding that
we got Kenyan
must
coming in.
chart a course for a two-state solution. And in that solution, there must
That's
be
bullshit.
security for the Israeli people and Israel, and an equal measure for the Palestinians. But the
Equal
one thing
measure,
I will assure
okay.
you always, I will always give Israel the ability to defend itself, in particular as it relates to Iran and any threat that Iran and its proxies pose to Israel. But we must have a two-state solution where we can rebuild Gaza, where the Palestinians have security, self-determination, and the dignity they so rightly deserve.
President
Good
Trump,
answer,
how would you
actually.
negotiate with
We'll see if she actually
Netanyahu
does anything
and
about it.
also Hamas in order to get the hostages out and prevent the killing of more innocent civilians in Gaza?
If I were president, it would have never started. If I were president, Russia would have never, ever, I know Putin very well, he would have never, and there was no threat of it either, by the way, for 4 years, have gone into Ukraine.
Hey, Tommy, let your buddy know that it's coming
millions of people.
from
When you edit
catalyst
far
at
worse than people
yahoo.com,
understand what's
All
going
right.
on over there.
not your email.
But
Yep.
when she mentions about Israel, all of a sudden, she hates Israel. She wouldn't even meet with Netanyahu when he went to Congress to make a very important speech. She refused to be there because
I'm sorry, what does Israel have to do with United States?
Hold on.
Nothing.
She refused to
hates
be there because she
Israel.
knew there
If
was going to
she's
be
president,
protests.
I
That's why she
believe that
wasn't
Israel
fucking
will
there.
not exist within
He's
2 years
100%
from now.
right.
And I've been pretty good at predictions, and I hope I'm wrong about that one. She hates Israel. At the same time, in her own way, she hates the Arab population because the whole place
Kenyans in the
is gonna get
house.
blown up.
Watch this,
Arabs,
y'all.
Jewish people,
Oh, what's
Israel,
up, Sam?
Israel will be gone. It would have never happened. Iran was broke under Donald Trump. Now Iran has $300 billion because they took off all the sanctions that I had. Iran had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah or any of the 28 different spheres of
What about all the
terror.
money
And they are
Obama
spheres
gave
of
Iran,
terror,
you
horrible
dumbass?
terror.
What are you
They
talking
had no
about?
money. It was a big story, and you know it. You covered
Get
it very
outta
well,
here.
actually. They had no money for terror. They were
You know how much
broke.
fucking money
Now they're a
Obama
rich
gave Iran,
nation.
dude? Get
And
the fuck
now
out of here.
What they're doing
started
is they're
ISIS.
spreading that money around. Look at what's happening with the
What's up,
Houthis
Kenyon?
and Yemen.
What up,
Look
dude?
at what's going
We're
on in the
talking
Middle
straight
East.
shit
This would
on
have
this
never
one, bro. It's
happened.
going
I will
bad.
get that settled
fun
and
as fuck,
fast,
though.
and I'll get the war with Ukraine and Russia ended. If I'm
Kenyon
president-elect,
Kingston
I'll
on
get it
Instagram.
done
Look him up.
before even becoming president.
Vice President Harris, he says you hate Israel.
That's absolutely not true. I have my entire career and life supported Israel and the
Lying
Israeli
bitch.
people.
Right.
He knows that. He's trying to, again, divide and distract from the reality, which is it is very well known that Donald Trump is weak and wrong on national security and foreign policy. It is well known that he admires dictators, wants to be a dictator on day one, according to himself. It is well known that he said of Putin that he can
Such
do whatever
bullshit,
the
dude.
hell he wants and go into Ukraine. It is
Such
well known
bullshit.
that he said when Russia went into Ukraine, it was brilliant. It is well known he exchanged love letters with Kim Jong-un. And it is absolutely
Love
well
letters.
known that
Right.
these
Hey,
dictators
Kenyon,
and
how do
autocrats
bitches
are
get their
rooting
throat stretched
for
out
you
like
to be
hers is?
president again because they're so clear.
You know, she got to suck
They
a lot
can
of dick.
manipulate you with flattery and favors. And that is why
Fuck around and find out around
so
here.
many
Right.
leaders who you have worked with have told me you
Gotta
are a
step.
disgrace. That is why We understand
that
that
is
we
wild.
have to have a president who is not consistently weak and wrong
That's why
on
she's trying to
national
hide that
security,
throat
including
fat.
the importance of upholding
Yeah, it's
and
hanging though.
respecting in
Yeah.
highest regard our military.
Vice President Harris, thank you.
And she's the one that caused
I'm
it.
about to go kick
That's
my
weak
own
for
ass.
national security by allowing every nation last month
That
to
shit
hear
is so
160
funny. dude.
different countries sending people into our country. Their crime rates are way down. Putin endorsed her last
Their
week.
water way
Said, I
down.
hope she
What?
wins. And I
Their
think
crime rate.
Weights.
Crime
Okay,
what
rate.
he's
rates. I
gotten
thought you
away
said
with
weights.
is absolutely incredible. It wouldn't have happened with me. The leaders of other countries think that
Y'all
they're
know
weak
Putin
and
endorses bitch, right?
incompetent, and they are. They're grossly incompetent. And I
Yeah.
just ask one question.
Putin
Putin
endorsed
endorsed
that dumbass.
Kamala
They killed
Harris?
The Keystone
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pipeline
and Biden.
approved the
And
single
Biden.
biggest
Yep.
deal that
Oh,
Russia's
they
ever
flipped
made.
him.
Nord
Did they
Stream 2,
flip
the
him?
biggest pipeline
Trump-
anywhere in the world, going to
Trump
Germany and
says,
all
I
over
don't know if
Europe.
I should be, if I
because
should
they're
thank
weak
him or be
and they're
insulted.
ineffective. And
The
Biden
Rothschilds
paid
paid him
a
off,
lot of
dude.
money.
Thank
Got
you. We'll have
Rothschild
other
money.
issues to get to.
Whatever
Back
he
with much
got.
more of this
Thank you for
historic
the
He
debate,
damn
fucking.
sure got
presidential debate
Rothschild
from the
money.
National
They
They
Constitution.
bought him off, dude.
endorsing him.
Putin got. Putin got, dude.
If I don't pee my pants before the end of this live stream, there's something going wrong with my bladder, y'all.
Putin went to Bohemian Grove and took the fucking blood oath, dude. That's what happened.
He did something. I can't believe how dumb that bitch Kamala is, bro. She's the dumbest human being ever on the stage. Why'd everything go black?
I mean, it's
we're
not
on a
great.
commercial.
Where'd Catalyst go?
He had to rub one out to her too. That throat, bro. I'm telling you. You look at that big old dangly throat. You know how many dicks been down that thing, and yours will fit just nice and perfectly.
Dude, there's something weird going on when she looks to the right. There's like a fucking poof right here. It's like a puffy. It's like a fupa. It's like a neck fupa. She's got neck foop, dude.
Hey, we all came across it. Hey, have you ever, Andrew? You know what a homie hoe is? Andrew's phone's ringing. Who's
No.
a homie? What's a homie hoe, Andrew?
A homie hoe?
Yeah, homie hoe. Yeah,
Someone that you pass around? I don't know.
yeah. Well, okay, you can call them a pass around. If you're like in a motorcycle club, we call them pass. Kamal's a homie hoe.
Yeah.
Every powerful human being. Oh, Kenyon got someone on the phone. What?
Yeah.
This hustle, bro. We got to talk over this hustle. Atta boy. Get your hustle on. Big K in the house.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
shit! What is this? Well, we'll continue after this. Oh, it's commercial. You said?
Yeah, it's a commercial. So that gives us plenty of time to talk shit about Trump and Kamala. Even though I don't want to hear anybody talk shit about Trump because it's my dog, right? But, you know.
I mean, again, he's got policies you can look at. I don't know what she's even running on, other than shit talking. So,
hey, she was sucking dick when Montel Williams was on. He had that. I don't remember. How old are you, Andrew?
old 40s.
Okay, so you're in my era. Kenyon is just before our era, but we all watched the Montel Williams show because, well, if you lived in like the lower development housing, you would watch Montel and Jerry Springer and
Oh yeah, I've seen all that shit. Yeah.
Whoop Wop, Judge. Montel, this was his bitch. And she was everybody else's bitch until she met Willie Brown. Then she went into politics because Willie Brown was hands down the most powerful person in California. Right?
Makes sense.
And then she elevated and became the San Francisco district attorney under Mayor Willie Brown. Then when Mayor Willie Brown left the politics outright, she became the attorney general for California because of Willie Brown and
Yep.
Willie Brown's endorsement.
I've heard this story. Yeah.
Hey, you see what? Hey, Kenyon, what's that girl's name in Atlanta? Because you're in the general area, not necessarily in Atlanta, but you're in the South. What's that Chick-fil-A girl's name?
Chick-fil-A girl.
I know you remember her. She did that rally in Atlanta. You don't remember?
The one that was talking for Trump.
Yeah.
What is her name? I got her on my page.
Chick-fil-A girl.
Yeah,
Dude, she's badass,
yeah,
bro.
she bad. She go in too. I can't even
Montgomery
think-
or something.
It's something like that.
Yeah. And she said, what's Mrs. Willie Brown think about all this?
Right.
What
Good
does-
question.
I
Let's
want to know.
Dude, let's get that interview on the show. Let's go get her.
She's down, bro. I'm gonna find Kayla Montgomery. I think her name's Kayla Montgomery.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Tell
Bro.
Catalyst to work his magic. He
Hey.
finds a way, man. Catalyst
is
finds a way, man.
motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, I
that
know.
fool. Hey, we call him El Maestro around here.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? 'Cause my girlfriend's Mexican, so she told me what El Maestro and El Jefe mean, right? So Catalyst is El Maestro and El Jefe because he got the juice. You know what I mean? If you're a
El
90s
Jefe means the
baby-
boss. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a 90s baby, you know what it means when you got the juice, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But let me find her.
The
Kayla
juice is still
Montgomery.
going.
She killed A.
Yeah, they still on commercial.
Yeah, let him
Still
be
on
on
commercial?
Yeah, they still on
Live
commercial.
from the National Constitution Center
Oh,
here
in
it goes.
Philadelphia,
We
Pennsylvania.
get to listen to this dumb bitch talk
Here
some more.
again, David Muir and Lindsay.
I'll look up
Gibbs.
Kayla, but while
Welcome
you guys
back to this
while we're
historic
watching this, you guys just go ahead and
presidential debate tonight.
navigate
We're going
this.
to continue here, and I want to turn to the war in Ukraine. We're now 2.5 years into this conflict. Mr. President, it has been the position of the Biden administration that we must defend Ukraine from Russia, from Vladimir Putin, to defend their sovereignty, their democracy, that it's in America's best interest to do so, arguing that if Putin wins, he may be emboldened to move even further into other countries. You have said you would solve this war in 24 hours. You said so just before the break tonight. How exactly would you do that? And I want to ask you a very simple question tonight. Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I want the war to stop. I want to save lives.
Atta
that are
boy.
being uselessly, people being killed by the millions. It's the millions. It's so much worse than the numbers that you're getting, which are fake numbers. Look,
He's right
we're in
about
for
that shit.
250
Yeah,
billion or more.
Michaela Montgomery, not
Because
Kayla.
they don't
Michaela.
ask Europe,
Michaela
which is a
Montgomery.
much bigger beneficiary to getting this thing done than we are. They're in for $150 billion less because Biden and you don't have the courage to ask Europe like I did with NATO. They
Yep.
paid billions and billions, hundreds
Where
of
you at,
billions
KJ?
of
I
dollars
see
when
you
I
out
said,
there.
either you pay up or we're not going to protect you anymore. So that's maybe one of the reasons they don't like me as much as they like weak people. But
They want to
you take a
protect
look at what's
Ukraine. It's not in the
happening. We're in for
America's best
250
interest.
to
It's in the best
275
interest of
billion.
their
They're into
smuggling
100 to
operation that they have
150.
going
They
on
should
over there.
BlackRock.
enforce
I
Yep.
mean, we all know
equalize.
that they
With that being
installed
said,
people that they
I
could
want to get the war
manipulate
settled.
and
I
would
know
do their
Zelensky
bidding
very
for them
well, and
over
I know
there.
Putin very well. I have
That's
a
why they
good
got that
relationship, and
stupid
they respect
freaking actor as a
your
president over
president.
there now.
Okay, they respect
Oh,
me.
for
They
sure.
don't respect Biden. How would you respect him? Why?
I'll
For
jump
what
back on when
reason?
I'm done eating,
He
guys.
hasn't even made a
Handle your
phone
business,
call
bro.
in 2 years to Putin. Hasn't spoken to anybody. They don't even try and get it. That is a war that's dying to be settled.
Look at
I
the
will get
dumb
it
look
settled
on
before I
Kamala's
even
face,
become
trying to
president. If I
pretend
win,
that he's
when I'm
lying. Look at her
president-elect,
shake her head.
and what I'll do is I'll
Someone
speak to
smack
one,
that
I'll
bitch.
speak to the other.
Yeah,
I'll
she
speak to
really
the
mad
other.
on the
That
inside.
war would have never
I know.
happened.
Oh man,
And in
she's
fact, when I
pissed.
saw Putin after I left, unfortunately, I left
jowls,
because our country has gone
How
to
many
hell.
dicks?
But after
you
I
gotta
left, when I
suck
saw
to
him
stretch
building up
that skin out
soldiers,
that
he
bad?
did it after I
A
left.
lot.
I said, "Oh, he must be negotiating. It must be a good, strong point of negotiation." Well, it wasn't
They gotta be
because Biden had
teabagging.
no
They gotta
idea how
be
to
sitting
talk to
over
him.
there
He had
dropping
no
that
idea
thing
how to
like,
stop it.
Hell
And now you
yeah.
have millions of people dead, and it's only getting worse, and it could lead to World War III. Don't kid yourself, David. We're playing with World War III, and we have a president that we don't even know if he's. Where is our president? We don't even know if he's a
Right.
president.
And just to clarify
They
here,
threw him out of a campaign like a dog. We don't even know. Is he our president? But we have a president
Mr.
that
President,
doesn't know he's alive.
Oh,
your time is up.
oh, look at her
Just to
face.
clarify in the question.
Doesn't know.
Oh
his
my
own-
God,
do you
he
believe
said
it's in
that.
the U.S. best interest for Ukraine to win this war? Yes or no?
I think it's the U.S. best interest to get this war finished and just get it done.
All right.
Negotiate a deal because we have to stop all of these human lives from being destroyed.
I want to take this to Vice
Absolutely.
President Harris. I want to get your thoughts on support for
How many
Ukraine
people we
in
need to
this
kill?
moment,
Kamala?
but also, as
Camel toe?
commander in chief,
Fucking
if elected, how would you deal with Vladimir
scumbag
Putin, and would it
bitch.
be any
Anyways.
different from what we're seeing from President Biden?
Well, first of all, it's important to remind the former president you're not running
Oh,
against
here
Joe
we
Biden,
go.
you're running against me. I believe the reason that
Yeah,
Donald
but y'all
Trump
live in
says
the White
that
House
this war
now.
would be over
Yeah.
within 24 hours is because he would just give it up. And that's
Ah!
not who we are as Americans. Let's understand what happened here. I
Let's fight
actually
and die, bitch.
met with Zelensky a few days before Russia invaded, tried through force
Russia
to
didn't
change
invade, by the
territorial
way.
boundaries.
They violated the
defined
Minsk
one of the most
Accords.
important
That's why
international
Russia
rules and
handled their
norms,
business.
which is
The
the
Donbass
importance of
region
sovereignty
voted to
and
be part of
territorial
Russia.
integrity.
That's the part
Yeah.
they
And I
leave
met
out.
with President
The
Zelensky.
Minsk
I
Accords
shared
were
with him
violated.
American
She's
intelligence
lying.
about how he could defend himself. Days later, I went to NATO's eastern flank.
No, you
to Poland
didn't,
and
bitch.
Romania.
You didn't even go to the
And
southern
through
border.
the
you
work that
fucking
I and
hoe
others
bag
did,
bitch.
we
Shut
brought
She
the
said
fuck
she's
up.
never been to Europe. She's lying.
to support
Yep.
Yeah,
Ukraine
you
in
know
its
she lying.
righteous defense. And because of our support, because of the
She
air
said she'd
defense,
never been
the
to Europe when they asked her
ammunition,
about the border.
artillery,
He's
No
like, you didn't been to the
javelins,
border.
the
He's like, you
Abrams
haven't been to
tanks
the
that
border.
we have
She's like, yeah,
provided,
and I haven't been to
Ukraine
Europe.
stands as an independent and
Biden
free
didn't let
country.
this hoe out of
Donald
San
Trump were
Francisco
president,
until
Putin
the
would be
homeless
sitting in
people
Kyiv
took
right
over
now.
her house.
And
He was
understand
stuck
what that
there
would
until the
mean,
homeless
because
people
Putin's
started
agenda
squatting.
is not
Oh,
just
Then he
boy.
about
moved her
Ukraine.
to like
Understand
Jackson,
why the
California. And
European
that's where she was
allies and
shut
our
up the
NATO
whole time.
allies are so
Hmm.
Fucking
thankful
bitch.
that you are no longer president
You're
and that
mad.
we
Hell
understand the
yes, I
importance of the
am.
greatest military alliance the world has ever known, which is NATO, and what we have done
That's a
to
lie.
preserve the ability of Zelensky and the Ukrainians to fight for their independence. Otherwise, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv
Who's
with his
winning that
eyes on
war,
the rest
Andrew?
of Europe, starting with Poland. And why don't you tell the 800,000 Polish Americans
Nobody really.
right here in Pennsylvania
Russia,
how quickly
probably.
you would give up for the sake of favor and what you think is a friendship
Lying
with what is known
bitch.
to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch.
Oh, you lying bitch. Oh, you eat for lunch. So
Ukraine tonight.
I will
Afghanistan
eat that.
came up
I
in the
would
last
eat that
hour.
bitch's
I
butthole
wanted
for
to
lunch
respond to
for
something you
shits
said
and
earlier.
giggles,
Now,
bro. Just for
please,
bragging
I'll
rights.
give you a minute.
Putin
Send me
would be sitting
viral,
in
you fucking
Moscow,
punks.
and he wouldn't have lost 300,000 men and women, but he would have been sitting
Now
in
some
Moscow.
truth comes.
Quiet, please. He would have been sitting in
Attaboy.
Moscow,
Right.
much happier
That's
than
the
he is
second
right
one
now.
now.
But eventually, you know, he's got a thing that other people don't have. He's got nuclear weapons. They don't ever talk about that. He's got nuclear weapons. Nobody ever thinks about that. And eventually, maybe he'll use them, and maybe he hasn't been that threatening, but he does have that. Something we don't even like to talk about. Nobody likes to talk about it. But just so you understand, they sent her to negotiate peace before this war started. 3 days later, he went in and he started the war because everything they said was weak and stupid. They
You
said
got
the
some in
wrong
her
things.
throat and
That
said,
war should have
"Fuck that
never
shit."
started. She was the
I just
emissary.
want to
They
donkey bonk
sent
this
her in to
bitch.
negotiate with Zelensky and Putin, and she did. And the war started 3 days later. And that's the kind of talent we have with her. She's
Yeah.
worse than Biden. In my
Donkey
opinion, I think
bonking
he's the
ass
worst
bitch.
president in the history of our country. She goes down as the worst vice president in the history of our country. But let me tell you
Absolutely.
something. She is a horrible negotiator. They
I thought he
sent
was
her
gonna
in to
say hoe.
negotiate. As soon as they left, Putin did the invasion.
President Trump, thank you. You did bring up something. You said she went to negotiate with Vladimir Putin. Vice President Harris, have you ever met Vladimir Putin? Can you
No.
clarify tonight?
Let's watch her
Yet
lie.
again, I said it at the beginning of this debate. You're going to hear a bunch of lies coming from this fella.
Oh
And that
my
was not
God.
one.
I'm
When
a
I went
prophet.
to meet with President Zelensky, I've now
Tommy
met with him over
Prophet,
5
bitch.
times. The reality is
Liar.
it has been about standing as America always should, as a leader upholding international rules and norms, as
I'm
a
gonna go get a
leader
drink.
who
I'll be right
shows
back.
strength,
All right.
understanding that the alliances we have around the world are dependent on our ability to look out for our friends and not favor our enemies because you adore strongmen instead of caring about democracy. And that is very much what is at stake here. The President of the United States is commander in chief, and the American people
Catalyst,
have
hit
a
the
right
space
to
bar.
rely
Here she go
on a
right back
president
to the. She
who
going right back to the
understands
speech
the
now.
significance
Hey,
of
you keep
America's
saying hit the
role and
space bar. What do you think that
responsibility
does?
in terms
Pause.
of ensuring that there is
That doesn't work
stability
that way.
and
It's a live
ensuring we
debate, brother.
stand up for
I
our
hate the
principles and
live
not
debate,
sell them
bro. It's a
for
big
for
problem.
the benefit of personal flattery.
We've talked about Ukraine and Vladimir Putin. I do want to talk about Afghanistan. It came up in the first hour of this debate. I want to move on to Afghanistan.
Stoltenberg said Trump did the most amazing thing I've ever seen. He got these countries, the 28 countries at the time, to pay up. He said, I've never seen, he's the head of NATO. He said, I've never seen. For years, we were paying almost all of NATO. We were being ripped off by European nations, both on trade and on NATO. I got them to pay up by saying
For
one of the statements you made
decades.
Yeah,
before.
she-
If you don't pay,
she mad
we're
as
not
hell
going to
about
protect
that.
you.
President
Otherwise,
Trump.
we would have never gotten it. He said it was one of the most incredible jobs that he's ever seen done.
Thank you. I want to turn to Afghanistan. It came
Oh,
up in the
of course
first
you
hour of
do.
the debate, and we
Fucking
witnessed
pussy.
a poignant moment today on Capitol Hill, honoring the soldiers who died in the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. I do wanna
Kamala
ask the
needs some
Vice President,
LDS. If
do
you wait to the
believe
end
you
of the
bear
live,
any
I'll tell you what
responsibility in
LDS
the way that
means.
withdrawal
Hey, I don't know if you guys have noticed
Well,
this or
actually, I
not, but
agreed with President
they're
Biden's
not getting the
decision
same
to pull
questions.
out of Afghanistan.
No, absolutely,
4
they're not.
presidents said they would, and Joe Biden did.
No,
And
he
as a
didn't.
result,
You lying hoe
America's
bitch.
taxpayers are not paying the $300 million a day we were paying for that endless war.
We're
And
paying
as
$4
of today,
million a
there's
month.
not one member of the United States military
Bro,
who is in
Catalyst, give
active
me a
duty
baseball
in
bat
a
so I can
combat
smack
zone
myself in the
any
head from
war
this.
zone around
Come
the
on.
world the first time this century. But let's
It better
understand
be a
how we got
Louisville.
to where we are.
Slugger.
Donald Trump, when he was president,
Yeah, no
negotiated one of the weakest deals you can imagine. He calls himself a deal maker. Even his national security advisor
Oh
said
my
it was a
God.
weak, terrible deal.
I'm
And
just gonna
here's how
shut
it
up
went
until
down.
Trump reacts.
He
I'm gonna take my
bypassed the
sweatshirt, my
Afghan
shirt, my
government.
flannel off.
He
white
negotiated
t-shirt
directly
and
with
everything.
a terrorist organization called the Taliban.
Kill this
The
bitch, Trump.
negotiation involved the Taliban
Kill
getting
this bitch.
5,000 Taliban terrorists released.
Kill
And
this
get
bitch,
this,
Trump.
no, get this. And the president
Shut
at
up,
the
bitch.
time invited the Taliban to Camp David,
Oh,
a place of storied
Trump's
significance
gonna
for
kill
us as
this bitch.
Americans, a place where we
Yeah.
kill
honor
this bitch.
the importance of
She fucked
American
up going here.
diplomacy, where we invite and
Kenyon,
receive
bro. She fucked up going there.
respected world leaders.
Nah,
And
this is what they
this
expected her to do, though. We was expecting
former
this shit.
president, as
Yep.
president, invited them
Like I said, this is
to
the same
Camp
old
David
speech.
because he
Yep.
does not again appreciate the role and responsibility of the president of the United States to be commander in chief with a level of respect. And this gets back to the point of how he has consistently disparaged and demeaned members of our military, fallen soldiers, and the
Lying
work that we must
bitch.
do to uphold
She changed the
strength
subject.
and the respect
Trump ain't
of the
stupid
United
to
States
watch.
of America
Watch,
around the
watch.
world.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump, your response
Death
to
blow
Trump's
coming.
saying that you began the negotiations. with
thank
the
you.
Mic
Taliban.
drop
So-
moment. Here, let me take my mic off.
If you take a look at that period
How
of
you do
time,
this shit?
the Taliban was killing our soldiers, a lot of them, with snipers.
Yeah.
And I got involved with the Taliban
Get
because the
the ass.
Taliban was doing the killing. That's the fighting force within Afghanistan. They don't bother doing that because, they deal with the wrong people all the time. But I got involved. And Abdul is the head of the Taliban. He is still the head of the Taliban. And I told Abdul, don't do it anymore. You do it anymore, you're going to have problems. And he said, why do you send me a picture of my
Praise
house? I said, "You're
Jesus.
gonna have to
Because
figure
you
that
know
out,
what's
Abdul."
going to happen.
And for 18 months, we had nobody killed.
Trump
We
went
did have
gangster
an
on
agreement
that ass.
negotiated by Mike
Show me
Pompeo.
what picture you
It's a very
sent
good agreement.
Abdullah.
The reason
A
it was
picture of
good,
your
it was-
motherfucking house.
we would get we
Atta
would have been
boy.
out faster than them, but we wouldn't have lost the soldiers. We wouldn't have left many Americans behind, and we wouldn't have left $85 billion
I'ma have
worth
to
of brand new,
headphone throw it
beautiful
'cause I can't
military
drop the
equipment
mic.
behind. And just to finish,
No, we
they
wouldn't.
blew it. The agreement said you have to do this, and they didn't
Don't
do it.
fall-
They
Trump.
didn't do it. The agreement was terminated by us because they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Abdullah's house,
And
bro.
these people did the worst withdrawal, and in my opinion, the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
Absolutely.
And by the way, that's why Russia
And
attacked
they left
Ukraine,
all the shit.
because they saw how incompetent
they did.
she and her boss are.
I want to
President
know
Trump,
about
thank you.
Abdullah's house and
I
the
wanna move
bomb
on now to
dropping.
race
God
and
damn it.
politics in this country.
Fuck is
Mr.
wrong
President,
with
you
him?
recently said
He
of
should
Vice
have brought
President
that
Harris,
up, bro.
quote, I didn't
Get
know
him,
she
bro.
was
You know
black
he should have
until a
brought that
number of
up.
years
Yeah, he
ago
should have brought
when she
that up.
happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Uh-oh.
I want to ask a
Oh.
bigger picture question here tonight.
Oh,
Why
she
do you
happened
believe
to
it's
turn
appropriate
black.
to weigh in on the
She ain't
racial
never
identity
been
of your
black.
opponent?
I don't, and I don't
bro,
care.
I can't.
I don't care what she is. I
They're
don't
gonna
care.
call me a racist if I get in.
You
this.
make a big
Go
deal
ahead,
out
bro.
of something.
It's all
I
you.
couldn't care less.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
whatever
look,
she wants to be is
she
okay
is
with me.
not black.
But those were
She
your
is
words.
Indian,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I
She's
read
a-
where she
she's a-
was
Well, I ain't
not
gonna
black,
say it because then they gonna kick
that
us
she
out.
put out.
Yep.
And
If I go too
I'll say
hard, they
that.
gonna kick us
And
out.
then
But
I
the
read
stuff
that she
I
was
wanna
black,
really say,
and
they
that's
gonna
okay.
kick us
Either
out.
one was okay with me. That's up to her. That's up to her.
Oh,
Vice
she
President
wants to
Harris, your
change.
thoughts on
It's
this?
okay if she changes
I think
demographics,
it's,
bitch.
I mean, honestly, I think it's tragedy that we
Oh,
have,
it's a
someone
tragedy, you
who
fucking hoe bitch.
wants
Shut
to
up.
be president who has consistently, over the course of his career,
Consistently.
Yeah.
attempted to use race to divide the American people. You know, I do believe that the vast majority of us know that we have so much more in common.
Yeah, it
than
make you want to
separate, and
slam
we
your
don't want
headphone.
Oh my
this
God.
kind of approach that is just constantly trying to divide
Who
us, and
divided us?
especially by race. And let's remember
Bitch.
how Donald Trump
Tell the
started.
truth.
He was
Obama's
a-
bitch
a-
ass.
Facts.
land. He owned buildings, and he was investigated because he refused to rent property to black families.
You lying
Let's
bitch.
remember, this is the same individual who
That
took out a full
black
page ad
lady
in the
who
New
was
York
supposed to live in
Times
Trump Tower
calling
in
for
the
the
penthouse for
execution
free for 25
of
years.
5
Fucking
young
slut. This
black
bitch
and
is
Latino
black.
boys
I'm a
who
They
were
gonna-
innocent. The
And I
Central
wonder
Park
if they're gonna
5
fact check this shit though. If they're
took
gonna
out a
look this
full
shit up
page
and
ad
bring out the fact
calling
check
for
Hit
for
it.
their
all of this
execution.
shit.
This is the same individual who
Spit
spread
it, bro.
birther
Fuck her.
lies about the
Nobody
first
cares what
black
she says
president
anyway.
of the United States. And I think the American people want better than that, want better than this.
They don't want you
Want
fucking.
someone who understands, as I do, I travel our country.
You don't travel.
We see in each other a friend. We see in each other a neighbor.
Not
don't
when we look at
want
you.
a leader who is constantly trying to have Americans point their fingers at each
I
other.
don't call women bitches,
I meet with
but this
people
bitch
all
is
the
a bitch.
time
And she's
who
a
tell
no
me,
good. She's the
"Can
one
we
who called the
please just
cops on
have
you for doing
discourse
nothing and
about
swore that
how we're
everybody
going
did
to
the R
invest in the
word
aspirations and the
and
ambitions
took all
and
your
the
money.
dreams of the
That's who
American
this
people?"
bitch is.
Knowing that regardless of people's color or the language their grandmother speaks, we all have the same dreams and aspirations and want a president who invests in
That's the shit I
those,
hate right
not
there.
in
Now you
hate
go
and
right back
division.
to this
Vice
goddamn
President Harris,
speech.
thank you.
Like
Yep.
it's
President
like
Trump,
it's
this
a
is now your
goddamn
third
speech
time.
all the time.
All
This
the
is the
time.
most
And
divisive
nothing's different,
presidency
is it?
No,
in the history of
like
our
I said,
country.
it's like a
There's never been anything
like
like it. They're
you can't
destroying
get away
our
from the
country,
speech.
and they
Yep.
come
Saying the
up with
same
things
speech over
like
and over and over and over
what you just
again.
said.
Same damn
Going
speech.
back many,
Yep.
many years, when a lot of people, including Mayor Bloomberg, agreed with me on the Central Park 5, they admitted, they said, they pled
Oh,
guilty.
Central Park
And I
5
said,
in
well,
my
if they
dog,
pled guilty,
Trump.
they badly hurt a person, killed a person ultimately. And
No,
if they
they
pled
didn't.
guilty, then they pled
One
"We're not
person
guilty."
did it.
But this is a person that has to stretch back years, 40, 50 years ago.
Shout out to
because
Jason
there's
Plum
nothing
for
now. I
exposing
built
it.
one of the greatest economies in the history of the world, and I'm going to build it again. It's going to be bigger, better, and stronger. But they're destroying our economy.
Hey, I'm
They
back.
have no idea what a good economy
I know,
is.
and your show
Their
is
oil
party, baby.
policies, every single policy. And remember this, she is Biden. You know, she's trying to get away
She
from
is
Biden. I don't
Biden.
know the gentleman. She says, she is Biden. The worst inflation we've ever had, a horrible economy because inflation has made it so bad, and she can't get away with that.
Thank you. Your time is up, Lindsay.
She can't answer who was in charge during this whole time when Biden
Clearly,
wasn't.
I am
What?
not Joe Biden.
Yes, you
and I
are,
am
bitch.
certainly not Donald Trump. And what I do offer
course
is
you're
a
not
new
Donald
generation
Trump.
of leadership for our country.
No, you don't.
One who believes
I'm gonna shut up now.
in what is possible. One who
Andrew,
brings a sense of optimism
The show is yours.
about what
I'm
we
gonna
can
sit
do
down and
instead
shut
of
up.
always disparaging the
What?
American people. I believe in what we
Andrew,
can do
the show
to
is yours. I'll shut up now.
strengthen our small businesses, which is why I have a plan. Let's talk about our plans and let's
I'm just
compare the
listening.
plans. I have a
Her plan is Trump's
to
plan.
give startup businesses $50,000 tax
Oh,
deduction
you mean like the platinum
to
plan?
pursue their ambitions, their innovation, their ideas,
gonna burn
their
my
hard
house
work.
down. I
I
can't
have a
listen to this
plan,
bitch no more.
$6,000
It's
for
embarrassing.
young families for the first year of your child's life
Oh,
to help you in that most critical stage of your child's development. I
Trump.
have a plan that is about allowing people
Look
to
at
be
'em.
able to pursue what has been fleeting in terms of the American dream by offering a help with down payment of $25,000
'em
down
laugh.
payment assistance for first-time home buyers. That's
Okay.
the kind of conversation, I believe, David, that people really want tonight, as opposed to a conversation that is constantly about belittling and name calling. Let's turn the page
Vice
and
President
move
Harris,
forward.
thank you. Let's turn to policy.
President
Let's
Trump,
turn back
we
to
have
policy.
to move on. President Trump,
Let's turn to policy,
She has
please.
a plan to defund the police. She has a
Yep.
plan to confiscate
Just like
everybody's
she
gun.
did in San
President Trump,
She has a
we do
Francisco.
have to
plan
move
to
on to
not
other
allow
issues.
fracking in Pennsylvania or
Yep.
anywhere else.
Okay.
That's
Mr.
what her
President.
plan is until just recently.
I just need
Lindsay,
to
go ahead.
respond
President
because
Trump-
no, the
President
former
Trump-
president has said
No, I'm
something
sorry.
twice that I need to
No,
respond to.
I'm
No,
sorry.
you
We're gonna
don't,
need to
bitch.
move
Shut up,
on,
Kenny.
President
What do you gotta
Harris.
say?
What he has
President
said
Trump, this
multiple
is
times.
now your
Yes.
third
Look,
time
you know,
running
look.
for president. You have long vowed to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare.
Oh,
You have
here we
failed to
go.
accomplish that. You now
Back
say
to
you want to
2008.
Obamacare,
Like we
unless we
need to
can
talk
do
about
something
this
much
again.
better.
Shut up,
Last
bitch.
month, you said,
She's
quote,
hot,
we're
though.
working on it. So tonight, 9 years after you first started running, do you have a
She
plan?
needs a new
and can you tell us
hairdresser,
what it is?
but she's hot.
Obamacare was lousy.
can't tell 'cause
healthcare.
her hair's
Always
fucked
was.
up.
It's not very good today. And what I said that if we come up with something, and we are working on things, we're going to do it and we're going to replace it. But remember this. I inherited Obamacare because Democrats wouldn't change it. They wouldn't vote for it. They were unanimous. They wouldn't vote to change it. If they would have done that, we would have had a much better plan than Obamacare. But the Democrats came up. They wouldn't vote for it. I had a choice to make when I was president. Do I save it and make it as good as it can be? Never going to be great. Or do I let it rot? And I felt I had an obligation, even though politically it would have been good to just let it rot and let it go away.
Absolutely.
I decided, and I told my people, the top people, and they're very good people. I have a lot of good people in that administration. We read about the bad ones. We had some real bad ones too, and so do they. They have really bad ones. The difference is they don't get rid of them. But let me just explain. I had a choice to make. Do I save it and make it as good as it can be, or do I let it rot? And I saved it. I did the right thing. But it's still never going to be great, and it's too expensive for people. And what we will do is we're looking at different plans. If we can come up with a plan that's going to cost our people, our population, less money and be better health care than Obamacare, then I would absolutely do it. But until then, I'd run it as good as it can be run.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now.
That's
But
chicken
if
shit.
we come up with something, I would only change it if we come up with something that's better and less expensive. And there are concepts and options we have to do that. And you'll be hearing about it in the not too distant future.
Vice President Harris, in 2017, you supported Bernie Sanders' proposal to do away with private insurance and create a government-run healthcare system. 2 years later, you proposed a plan that included a private insurance option. What is your plan today?
Well, first of all, I absolutely support, and over the last 4 years as vice president, private healthcare options. But what we need to do is maintain and grow the Affordable Care Act. But I'll get to that, Lindsay. I just need to respond to a previous point that the former president has made. I've made very clear my position on fracking. And then this business about taking everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away. So stop with the continuous lying about this stuff. As it relates to the Affordable Care Act, understand, just look at the history to know where people stand. When Donald Trump was president, 60 times he tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. 60 times. I was a senator at the time when I will never forget the early morning hours when it was up for a vote in the United States Senate. And the late, great John McCain, who you have disparaged as being you
A
don't
sellout?
like him, you said at the time, because he
He's a
got
sellout?
caught. He was an American hero. The late, great John McCain, I will never forget that
The
night.
late, great
Walked
lying
onto the
bitch.
Senate floor
like
and
you.
said, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't get rid of the Affordable Care Act. You have no plan. And what the Affordable Care Act has done is eliminate the ability of insurance companies to deny people with pre-existing conditions. I don't have to tell the people watching tonight, you remember what that was like? Remember when an insurance company could deny if a child had asthma, if someone was a breast cancer survivor, if a grandparent had diabetes? And thankfully, as I've been vice president and we over the last 4 years have strengthened the Affordable Care Act, we have allowed for the first time Medicare to negotiate drug prices on behalf of you, the American people. Donald Trump said he was going to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices. He never did. We did. And now we have capped the cost of insulin at $35 a month. Since I've been vice president, we have capped the cost of prescription medication for seniors at $2,000 a year. And when I am president,
Lies.
we will do that for all people, understanding that the value I bring to this is that access to health care should be a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it. And the plan has to be to strengthen the Affordable Care Act, not get rid of it,
Vice
pass as
President
prologue
Harris,
in
thank
terms
you.
of where Donald Trump stands on that.
I want to move to an issue
Well,
that's important for a
she
lot
made
of
a mistake. At number one, John McCain fought Obamacare for 10 years, but it wasn't only him. It were all of the Democrats that kept it going. And you know what? We can do much better than Obamacare, much less money, but she won't improve private insurance for people, private medical insurance. That's another thing she doesn't want to get.
President
People are
Trump-
paying privately for insurance.
Tommy, I'm gonna
They
dip
work
out. You
hard
got this,
and
man.
Made money,
Yeah, I got
and they
it.
want to have private.
All right, brother.
She wants
Andrew, it was good
everybody
seeing
to
you.
be in government
He's-
insurance.
oh.
You wait
Pull him in.
See you soon.
months for an operation
Right.
that you need immediately.
President Trump, thank you. We have another issue that we'd like to get to that's important for a number of Americans, in particular younger voters, and that's climate change. President Trump, with regard to the environment, you say that we have to have clean air and clean water. Vice President Harris, you call climate change an existential threat. The question to you both tonight is, what would you do to fight climate change? And Vice President Harris, we'll start
Fuck
with you. 1
climate
minute
change.
for you
It's
each.
fake. That's why
Well,
they're
the
starting
former
with calm
president
down.
had said the climate change is a hoax. And
It is.
what we know is that it is very real. You ask anyone who lives in a state who has experienced these extreme weather occurrences, who now is either being denied home insurance or it's being jacked up.
I mean, like
You
Abu
ask
Dhabi and
anybody who
Dubai,
has
when they
been,
got so rained out, they
the
got
victim
flooded
of
and their
what
cars
that
couldn't
means
drive
in
down the
terms of
street. I remember
losing their
that.
home, having nowhere to go. We know that we can actually deal with this issue. The young people of America care deeply
Yeah, it can be
about this
controlled,
issue.
man, for sure.
And I am proud that as vice president
They've
over the
been-
last 4 years,
They've been
we have
controlled.
invested $1 trillion
That's why California's been
in a
on fire
clean
for
energy
5 years in a
economy.
row.
Why
Yeah.
we
For
have
the first time in
increased domestic gas
century.
production to historic levels.
before that.
We have created over 800,000
What up, Kane
manufacturing
Young?
jobs while I have been vice president. We have invested in clean energy to the point that we are opening up factories around the world. Donald Trump said he was going to create manufacturing
That's a
jobs.
lie.
He lost manufacturing jobs. And
That's a
I'm also
lie.
proud to have the endorsement of the United Auto Workers and Sean Fain.
That's a lie.
Who also know that part of building a clean energy economy includes investing in American-made products, American automobiles. It includes
That's true, but she's
growing
lying at the same
what we
time.
can do around
Yeah, she's
American
not gonna make that
manufacturing
happen.
and
Hell
opening
no.
up auto
No, she
plants,
wants
not
everything to go
closing
to
them
China.
like happened under Donald Trump.
Vice President Harris, thank you.
It didn't happen under Donald Trump. Let me just tell you, they lost 10,000
Exactly.
manufacturing jobs this last month. It's going, they're all leaving. They're building big auto plants in Mexico, in many cases owned by China. They're
Nuevo
building these
Laredo
massive plants,
is
and they
the
think they're going to
giant
sell their cars into
automotive
the United
plant
States because
on
of
the
these people.
south
What they have
side
given
of
to
the
China is
Mexican
unbelievable.
border.
But we're not going to let that.
To
We'll
Laredo,
put tariffs
Texas.
on those cars so they can't
Yeah,
come
'cause they're
into
trying
our
to get away
country
from fucking
because
taxes.
They will kill the United
Exactly.
Auto Workers and any auto worker, whether it's in Detroit or
Kamala's-
South Carolina
man,
or any other place.
I'm about
What
to go
they've
rub one
done
out.
to
I hate
business and manufacturing
She's
in
just
this country
pretty. That's all
is
she's got.
horrible.
For a
We have
62-year-old
nothing
fucking
because
whore,
They refuse.
she's kinda
You
good
know,
looking.
Biden doesn't go after people because supposedly China paid him millions of dollars. He's afraid to do it. Between him and his son, they
That's
get all
all
this
she
money
has
from
is she
Ukraine.
looks like
they
she
get
could
all this
swallow
money
10
from
dicks
all
at
of these
once.
different countries, and then you wonder why is he so loyal
She
to
need a
this
little
one, that
face
one,
work.
Ukraine, China?
Look at her
Why is
throat.
he-
Look
Why
at
did he get $3.5
How many
million
dicks
from
does
the
it
mayor
take
of
to stretch a
Moscow's
throat
wife?
like that?
Why did he get?
A
Why did she pay
lot.
him $3.5
A lot.
million?
A lot of
This
dicks.
is a crooked administration, and they're selling our country
look.
down the tubes.
I remember I
President
had a
Trump, thank
girlfriend
you.
who had the
Thank
same facial
We'll be right
features
back
she
with
does.
closing
She
statements
was
from
so
both of our
fucking
candidates
crazy,
in
she
this
tried to
historic
murder
night,
me.
this ABC News presidential debate from Philadelphia.
I look at Kamala and I look at that psycho bitch that everybody, whoever grew up in every neighborhood that had a psycho bitch like J-Lo.
The ABC News
Right?
presidential debate will continue.
She's the
Like
psycho.
J-Lo.
She's the J-Lo of every neighborhood in every city in the United States that wants something but can't get shit because she's too fucking stupid and all she has is that look. That look. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that bitch.
Wow.
I ain't trying to be rude, bro. I'm just telling you, Andrew, bro.
You're not a fan. Oh shit.
I'm not a fan of nobody, but look, I'm gonna have to let you guys talk. I gotta go see what's up with Catalyst real quick, but Trump, like the Kennedys, he cannot be bought. They were going to try to kill him. I know it. You know it. They tried it in front of us. What is next, bro? You guys got 3 minutes before the shit starts back up. Let me go check what catalyst you guys talk about. I'll be right back.
I don't know what you think they gonna end up killing him.
Nah.
I mean, who knows, man? I mean, they allegedly already tried once, but I don't know if that shit was real, man. It seems staged to me, but I don't know. We'll see.
I'm like you. Some of it seems staged. A lot of it seems staged, and like the all of this, some of it seems staged. The way she is on stage, a whole perception of how she talking and all this, like she reading the stage play or something.
Yeah, like they got a script or something on the teleprompter. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, it's like all a TV show. It seems like it's just like they came up with the script to fucking tell the people, and then whoever gets elected, they're just gonna do the same shit. You know what I mean? Like that's how it always goes. Seems like.
Yeah. So, like I asked them, I wonder who's really in charge then.
Yeah, exactly. Like who's behind all of it? Because somebody is.
Yeah, somebody pulling the strings on all of
Somebody
it.
is.
And we just looking at a smoke screen.
Hell yeah. Is Catalyst gone for good, or are they going to talk about something? I don't know what's going on.
No, I think he's trying to get his computer up or whatever they were trying to figure out. They had something
Technical
going on.
difficulties, yeah.
Yeah. But this is a wild debate right here, though.
Yeah. Shit's crazy. It's hard to believe, man. That's how I feel. I'm just like, it seems like there's so much stuff that gets overlooked. Like they talk about all the shit, but they don't talk about tying it all together into like how to make people's lives better. You know what I mean? It's always just like, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that, but
Yeah, but then they don't never fix the problem too. That's the part of it though. Like they say they're gonna fix this, and then they say they're gonna fix this. And then when they get in office, it seems like everybody's still disagreeing, so they don't pass no bills and they don't pass this.
yeah,
laws.
it's like someone tells them just go argue about shit, and then whatever, they're gonna turn the cameras off, and then we're gonna go back to real life where we do whatever the hell we want to do anyway.
Right, and we're gonna get this money, and we're gonna rob everybody else and get it over with.
Yep, basically, because that's the whole point of running for office is they're trying to get the power to do shit like that, saying make everybody rich. Fuck.
Yeah, but it's only like, what about the people inside of America though?
Yeah.
Like, you ain't worrying about the Americans. You worry about more of the people outside of America and how y'all feeding each other and greasing each other hand.
But that's part of that whole story too. Is like, it's almost like they let all that shit happen so that they could talk about it. Like, oh, now it's like they create the problem and then they talk about how they're going to solve it, and then they like maybe they'll solve it, but probably not. You know,
That's crazy because me and Kenyon were just talking about this last night, bro. The
Yeah,
same
dude.
thing you're saying right now, Andrew.
Yeah.
We were talking about this yesterday. Like, how the fuck are you gonna let these people in and let all of us suffer? And minority and race is a victimization word, in my opinion. You guys can disagree
Live from the
completely.
National
Oh, here we go.
Constitution Center in Philadelphia,
But
Pennsylvania.
No, you're right.
Again,
we
David
all have
Wheeler,
the same
and Lindsay
opportunities if we
Davis.
take them.
Welcome back to
Opportunities
National
never
Time.
lost.
Come
It's
to
only
closing
found by
statements
someone
from
else,
Vice
right?
President Harris. We begin
Right,
Yeah.
you gotta take it.
Good point.
You got to take
So I
it.
think you've heard tonight
Oh, we
two
gotta listen to
very
this bitch again.
different
How come they got to
visions
put
for our
her on
country.
first?
One that is focused on the future, and the other that is focused on the past, and an
Ah.
attempt to take us backward. But we're not going
What's just
back.
yesterday's
And I do
today speech
believe
go?
that the American people know we all have so much more in common than what separates us, and we can chart a new way forward. And
Not through
a
you.
vision of that
4
includes
years of
having
you.
a plan, understanding the aspirations, the dreams, the hopes, the ambition of the American people, which is why I intend to create an opportunity economy, investing in small businesses, in new families, in what we can do around protecting seniors, what we can do that is about giving hardworking folks a break and bringing down the cost of living. I believe
She's
in
had
what
4
we can
years
do
to do that.
together. That
She
is
Still
about
ain't done it.
sustaining America's standing in the world and ensuring that we have the respect that we so rightly
She's had
deserve,
20
including
years to do this.
respecting
She
our
didn't do it in
military and
California.
ensuring we have
She
the
didn't
most
do it
lethal
as an
fighting force in the world.
district
I will
attorney.
be a
She didn't
president
do
that
it
will
as
protect our
a
fundamental rights and
attorney
freedoms,
general,
including
and
the
she
right of a
hasn't
woman
done it
to
as
make
a senator,
decisions about
nor a
her own
VP. So
body
quit
and not
lying,
have her
bitch.
government tell her what to do.
Oh,
Tell
we're
you,
gonna go to
I started
abortion.
my
Okay.
career as a prosecutor. I was a DA, I was an attorney general, a United States
Oh,
senator,
we
and now
know.
vice president. I've only had one client.
You know how we
And I'll
avoid
tell you, as a
abortion, fellas?
prosecutor,
We just
I
jack
never
off more.
asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The
I
only
mean,
thing
Mission
I've ever
accomplished.
asked them, are you
yeah.
Right.
and that's the kind of president we
Every
need
time I
right
look at
now.
her, I go rub
Someone
one
who
out for
cares
shit.
Hey,
about
she
porn's
gives me.
only
people
going to
not
get
putting
better too
themselves
as
first.
technology
As,
progresses.
intend to
So,
be
I
a
as
mean,
president
Kamala
all
gets
American
involved in it,
and focus on what we
this
can
bitch
do
is
over the
gonna
next
go from
10 and
politics to
20
vivid
years to
videos,
build back up our
fucking
country by
dude, we're
investing
gonna
right
we're gonna
now
have
in
Android
you, the
whores
American people.
that fucking are
Vice
dimes in
President
the
Harris,
future.
thank
We
you,
could just
President Trump.
program her
So
and tell her
just
what she
started
wants
by
to
saying
what to
she's gonna do
say.
this, she's
and
gonna
they're
You know what I
do
always
mean?
that,
gonna
she's
have
gonna do
that
all
deep
these
throat
wonderful
of
things.
Kamala.
Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for three
We'd
and
be
a
like,
half
what do you
years.
mean real
They've
women?
had
Who
3.5
fucks real women
years to
anymore?
fix the
I know.
border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why
Like women talk
hasn't
about the
she done
rabbit.
it?
We're like,
She
have you
should leave
seen the
right now,
fucking
go
sex
down to that
dolls they've been
beautiful
coming
White
out with,
House, go to the
motherfucker?
Capitol,
I know.
get everyone together
Fucking
and
real
do the
girls.
things you want to
Shit.
do, but you haven't done it and you won't do it
Get him,
Listen to all
because
Trump.
you
that
believe in
attitude and
things that
shit.
the American people don't believe
Ah,
in. You believe in things like we're not going to frack, we're not going to take fossil fuel, we're not going to do
We're not gonna
things that are
fuck, is
going to
what he
make this
said.
country strong, whether you like it or not. Germany tried that, and within 1 year they were back to building
That's because
normal
they don't beat guts
energy
no more in
plants. We're
Germany.
not ready for it. We can't sacrifice our country
Yeah.
for the sake of bad vision. But I just ask one simple question. Why didn't she do it? We're a failing nation. We're a nation that's in
Fuck these
serious
headphones.
decline. We're being
Fuck this
laughed at
computer.
all over the world. All
Why
over the
didn't
world,
she
they're
do
laughed.
it?
I know the leaders very well. They're coming to see me.
Now they're
They
half on.
call me. We're laughed at all over the world. They don't understand what happened to us as a nation. We're not a leader. We don't have any idea what's going on.
Why
We
didn't
have
they do
wars
it?
going on in the Middle East. We have wars going on with Russia and Ukraine. We're going to end up in a third
excuse.
world war, and it'll be a war like no other because of nuclear weapons, the power of
And
weaponry.
because of
I
Kamala.
rebuilt our entire military. She gave a
Foul
lot of
bitch.
it away to the Taliban. She gave it to Afghanistan. What these people have done to our country, and maybe toughest of all, is allowing millions of people to come into our country. Many of them are criminals, and they're destroying our country. The worst president, the worst vice president in the
Yes.
history of our country.
President
Period.
Trump,
dot
thank
com.
you. And that is
End
our
of
ABC
report.
News presidential
Yeah,
debate
bitch,
from
shut up.
here in
You're-
Philadelphia at the
she's cute, dude.
National
All right, guys, I got a
Constitution
dip.
Center.
Good
I'm
chats,
Andy
good
Davis.
And I'm
times.
David Muir. Thank you
Right
for
on,
watching here in
Andrew.
the
I'll see
US
you
and
later.
all
Thank
over
you
the
for coming
world
on.
and all over
Let's
the
do it
world.
again, man. I'll see you
Hell
guys
yeah.
soon.
I can't wait to see you soon.
All right,
brother.
man. Later.
All right. Bro,
Man, that was
Kenyon,
wild.
dog. I know you've been watching it on your end the whole time. This fucking bitch is stupid, bro.
Yeah, like I said, it's just like a goddamn play.
It is.
That was
All
Andrew.
day, every day.
Yeah, like they reading from a script, and like I still didn't really hear no policies about none of the shit that she said she was gonna do.
Yeah.
None of that. So like, it's like a big ass game show.
What do you think? If you really think about it, right? All these people who are coming across the border, and again, we talked about this yesterday, where I feel like minority and the word race and shit is like a victim word, like to victimize people, right? All these people coming across the border have so many opportunities, and way more opportunities than we had growing up. How dare these motherfuckers, especially on the left, allow that to happen to us, bro? To people who have fought their way from nothing to something. How dare them motherfuckers? And then to brag about it on live television? Come on, bro.
Oh, you gotta think about it though. She ain't from here, so it's just like Like I said, like we was talking yesterday, man, you really just coming in here stealing. We're gonna pass a law to help the outside place. So if something go bad, they got somewhere else to run to. Like it
That's
should.
not okay, though, is it?
Nah, it ain't okay. Cause like I said again, what about the real American people who's in here that ain't got nowhere else to run to?
Hey, I'm gonna get down with it, bro. I got all these. I like. Okay, I don't know how to say this, because I got a lot of pride, bro, and you know what I'm saying? Because I came up from nothing. I got skin cancer going on everywhere. I got problems with my teeth. I got problems with my body, my physical shit, right? And these fucking people coming in can go see. I'm months out. I got skin cancer, bro. Listen, look, you can see it on my face, bro. I got
Yep.
skin cancer on my arms, everything. I'm months out from seeing somebody, but these motherfuckers are going to the doctors that I can't afford to see, that they're supposed to help me to see, to help
And
me
and
cure myself.
and we're gonna give them money, and we're gonna give them more resources to go do this instead of giving it to people like you and people like that
The
really need.
veterans,
Yeah, like bro, that's some bullshit. That's just some straight up bullshit.
they can't
Bro,
see me. So they told this is what they told me, bro. And I want everybody who's listening to this and who sees this shit, right? They want me to go to the emergency room to get my blood work done. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna send me home and and this is America across the board, bro. They're gonna let us die, right, from shit like that. And I'm telling you, I don't know. You probably can't see it, but I mean, it's right here,
yeah,
right?
that's
You
some
see it?
bullshit. Yeah,
It's
I
on
see.
my face and shit. They're sending me. They're saying, "Hey, we'll get you a referral as soon as we can." But we got motherfuckers coming in from every country in the world who are getting all the referrals we're not getting, and we've suffered. We've done it all, bro. We came up we came through all the madness through the 70s, 80s, and 90s. You're a generation ahead of us, so you came through more than I did, and we still can't get an American doctor to see an American citizen, and we gotta suffer until they're ready for us because some other motherfuckers that Kamala wants to come in it gets to go ahead of us, bro. Come on.
Yeah, they get more incentive than we do. We from it.
Yeah.
Like and that's total bullshit. Like and I think that's what pissed me off the most about it. Like, bro, like who gonna look out for the people? Like who gonna take care of the people?
I could speak for the poor community. I think you can too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I done been shot in the head twice. I done had
Yep.
cancer. I done had Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer.
Yeah.
I done had a heart attack. Like, bro, and then when you try to get the medication's high. Bro, it's so much going on around it, and then you keep on bringing them in, and like I was looking at it today, like you keep on bringing in people, like you got 60,000, then you add another 15,000 on top of the
Crazy.
60,000, like bro, that can't sustain that. Like who and how you gonna house all these people?
What are we supposed to do, bro? Do we got to get like the last resort? And I believe this coming from all the shit I've gone through my life, that the absolute last resort is violence, right? But they're leaving us, people like Kamala Harris, bro. And if you listen to everything she said, they're leaving us with no other choice, but we have to lash out in whatever way we can lash out just so we can live healthy, bro. They're importing poisons through our fruits and vegetables, and our meats aren't even real anymore. They're made out of crickets. I mean, bruh, we got to do something, bro. I don't know what to do.
I'm like you. I don't really know what to do now, cause the more and more I look at it, it seems like uh, only way that it will run right is it might have to tear it down.
I think you're right.
Might
Don't
have
you
might have
go
to
ahead?
tear it down and start all over. Just might
Don't
have to.
you think they're not? I got that. It's funny you say that because I think they're trying to tear it down. I think they're trying to tear it down so they could start over their way, and we're trying to build it up so we can keep our way. Even though our way's been fucked since they killed Kennedy, since it's, and we talked about the civil rights movement, everything last time. It was a coup d'etat, bro. It was a political coup, bro. What do we,
But then again, it's like what is a new way?
the people's way?
That's the only way that it can be a new way.
Yeah. Not
Like,
communist way either.
well, we ain't gonna let the communists happen. Like we ain't gonna take orders. That's like damn near slavery. We ain't gonna take orders no more.
Yeah.
Like that shit out.
Yeah.
So, like,
I laugh a lot when I hear like, have you ever seen the movie Red Dawn
yeah,
with Patrick Swayze?
yeah.
Hey, you gotta have you gotta be the dumbest motherfucker on the planet Earth to try to invade the West Coast, especially because we both know, because you go to Cali too. We talked about this too. You can't fucking come to California. You can't even get through. You won't even get through you won't get through Bodega Bay, Sonoma, where all the rich people are before you hit the gangs, bro. You got the Norte, you got the South, you got all the brothers, you got the white boys, you can't even get through the politics to get to the Sierra Nevadas. You know what I mean?
Only way that'll happen is you'll have to take away our guns.
They'll never take those.
And I said, but I seen y'all was talking about that earlier, like, oh, the Trump might be the president to come in and take away the guns. Like,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Like, they could never take away the guns. Because if they did invade, like you said, if they came on the West Coast, bro, they asses grass. like.
Think about the East Coast too, where you're somewhere in that general area.
I've been
right?
in the East. I've been in the East Coast, man. I have been to Virginia. If you come anywhere close to the East Coast, man,
Yeah.
Virginia has 8 different military bases.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't gonna be pretty. Like, them motherfuckers you can hear the F-14s every 15 seconds. Them motherfuckers is coming. Like, and it's not gonna be a game. Like, it's gonna be like,
real shit.
Yeah, so
why you think they don't protect the West Coast like they do the East Coast? Because you cannot get through California. I'm telling you. telling you.
You ain't gonna get through California, man. It's like
happening.
Especially we see that goddamn boat pop up out in Venice. Oh, we gonna tear that son of a bitch down, bro.
You got the mothball out there. It's already full of shit. You look at Gunners Collective, big box. You know what I'm saying? Lefty Gunplay, all the Southerners,
bro.
all the Northerners. You got that politics, bro. You can't defeat the politics. We got real politics going on the West Coast. You cannot penetrate.
You're gonna have to get through that terrain too. You're gonna have to get past the mountains, and you're gonna have to deal with them mountain boys. Like I said, you're gonna have to deal with the city. Like, bro, it's not gonna be what you think it is.
Nah, even rappers and celebrities got to check in when they come to Northern California city.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. It's not what you think it is.
I got my Mexican coming. Come here. Say hi, Mexican. Say hi. Wait, what's up? That's the homie Kenyon. Anyways, we got I'm telling you, they're not gonna beat the West Coast, but and on the East Coast, all the military base. So it's bullshit. So I don't understand why we come together and we sit there and let this bitch. And we talked about this. She's got her throat is falling out of her throat because she sucked so many dicks to get to where she's at, and the only reason she's even a political figure is because she sucked every dick she's come across to get to where she's at, bro.
Yeah, but that's evident. You see it in her record. Shit.
It's not even funny, bro.
No, it ain't even funny.
I don't think it. Nah, I'm telling you, I ain't saying that. That's West Coast slang, baby. You know, you got to come out and visit. We lost them. We're gonna have to just chill out, give it some love, give it a little minute. He'll come back on. But anyways, we're talking about this debate, bro, and it's some bullshit. We got him back. I told you he would come back. I told you he was on his way back. Anyways, let me let you go, bro. I know it's late on your side of the country. Let's get busy tomorrow. We'll give a what do you call it? We'll touch up our talking points in the morning.
All right.
All right, brother. I'll see you soon, bro. Thank you for coming on. Every live, bro. Just be ready when we go live. Just be ready to go live.
All right.
All right, bro. I'll see you soon. I'll talk to you on the
Peace.
Insta. All right, late.